Welcome to Wellness Wednesday. Today we are going to talk about time to change your mind. So we know that your state of mind affects your health. As a matter of fact, it's on record that people with depression will have shorter lifespans and a lot more physical illness. They spend more time at the doctor's office. They end up at the hospital more often, that kind of thing. And when you're in a negative state of mind, it's really hard to resource things that are positive that will help you. It's harder to see them and see them around you when you're stuck in that negative state of mind. One thing about it is we can see that you can actually move your state of mind by just looking at a mother with their baby. When their baby's crying, what they do is they get their attention on something completely different. And if they're successful, the baby's attention will switch to something else, and then they can even have them laughing in a very short period of time. So we know that we have this built-in trait in our brains that we can switch from one state of mind to another very easily. And that's basically built into us from the very beginning. Now, the secret is that you can't have two different states of minds at the same time. In other words, you can't be depressed and happy at the same time. And happy, of course, is a much better resourceful state. It's actually the ultimate resourceful state. It's where you will be able to come up with better ideas and better solutions for all the problems in your life and get you farther down the road. So let's look at some tips on getting to that happier state. So there's one method called the pain-pleasure method. In other words, what don't you want as opposed to what you want. When you can identify what you don't want, then it's much easier to identify what you do want. So you can recognize a time and a place when you're really negative and unhappy and had a difficult time, or you can recognize when someone else is stuck in that kind of time place. And then you can look at a time when you were happier or a time now that you're happier because you're not in that negative space, and just feel that. Feel how much better it is to do that. So, for example, for myself, I think of my mother stuck back in Toronto and kind of locked up in her assisted care living place, and nobody can visit her, and she can't get out, and she can only sit one person to a table, and all crazy things like that. So I can feel really bad for her, but then I can look at where I am right now and feel really happy that I live in a place where I can be out with my friends, we can do all kinds of wonderful things together, and feel the freedom that I feel. And when I get that feeling, I want to amplify that feeling. So there's a trick we use in neurolinguistic programming called reinforcing your anchor. And your anchor is that when you get into that positive state, you're going to feel it somewhere. For me, it's in my chest. So when I feel that right here, left my button undone there, so that's kind of where I feel it the most. So I feel it in here. And when I tap on that area, it kind of ramps up that even more good feeling that I have. So I can tap on that. Some people, it's just grabbing their shoulder. Some people, it's hugging themselves. Whatever it works for you, find what that is. You know, if it's a big hug for yourself, just give yourself a hug and just feel how good that feels when you do that. So it ramps up that positive feeling. And so that's how you can amplify that feeling. So that's the pain-pleasure method. The experience you don't want as opposed to the experience you really do want, and then reinforce it. Now, talking about positive things and going into a state of being grateful, we know from the heart math people, there's a lot of science behind it. It shows that we're way healthier, our brain-heart coherence works together, and we reach another level of brain function so that we're even healthier. And we know from psychoneuroimmunology, when your brain's functioning better, your immune system is functioning better. Some people may disagree with that, but it is science and it is true. So you can take a walk in the woods. Like I like to walk around here because there's all kinds of trees around me. And I grew up in the city, didn't like the city at all, so I get to experience all that. And I just look around and drink that all in and look at how wonderful that is and just keep reinforcing those wonderful feelings. And then, again, I can tap on that area there when my button's missing, right there, because that's where I feel it the most. And keep feeling that energy coming back more and more and more. And that's the secret to changing your state of mind from that negative state to that positive state. So, and the more experiences you can come up with, you can do what we call stacking them. So you think about walking in the woods, you think about maybe like doing yoga, doing a certain yoga posture and getting into that posture and holding it and feeling how good that feels in your body. For me, I like to sometimes pick up my guitar and just play a few different riffs and come up with a different tune. I think of my granddaughter and how happy she is and how cute she is and what wonderful things she does. And of course, all the kids around here and how cute they are, wonderful things that they do. And then I keep expanding it more and more and more. And of course, I like to get chiropractic work done. I like to get massage work. I like to get acupuncture. So I could keep going on and on and on and on and on and put myself in that state and just feel how good that feels. And so I can keep ramping those up, tapping that area, what I call stacking, and getting more and more and more and more and more until I feel really super good. So you can go from the negative state of mind and the stuck feeling to a totally resourceful feeling and feeling super great in a very short period of time. So, your mission, find the experiences that make you most happy. Where in your body do you feel it? I feel it here. Is it a hug for you? Is it grabbing your shoulders? Is it tapping your chest? Tony Robbins used to really whack his chest. I don't quite do that, but whatever works for you. It's you. Your body is different than anybody else's. And then keep going. Keep stacking those more and more and more and more and more. And then the more you rehearse this, you start your day like this. If you do that every day and get ramped up for the day, it's your choice. How resourceful do you want to be today? That's your choice. So take it on, go for it, enjoy the experience. Thanks for tuning in.